about the law. Murphy's Law Podcast, your host, Ian Murphy.
And I'm just like,
this is hard for him to hold back.
So much I want to share.
Remove all the emotion from all of this stuff.
And they never wanted this to happen to the citizens again.
We never stop growing as an individual, right?
Derp. Of these violations on his commission record. These would be the only 2 violations I think he has.
Well, apparently there was some violation at the beginning of the DHHS orders in was it 2019, the COVID orders. There was a violation then, but that's it.
Well, those have been set aside.
Well, that's news to me.
Just to visit that for a second, the premise of the Liquor Control Commission's findings there were based upon health department orders. Does everyone agree with that?
You know, I'm not gonna litigate this. That's a separate issue, which is why your other case was adjourned, because it's in Court of Appeals. The validity of those orders.
It's not in the Court of Appeals.
Well, there's an application for leave to appeal to the Court of Appeals.
Correct, which the Supreme Court denied.
Yep.
Well, that's not exactly entirely accurate statement. The DHHS went to the Supreme Court for immediate consideration. They said they're sending it back to the Court of Appeals for an application, and that's where it is.
Well, almost. They said that they're not going to consider it. They denied the application, and what the Court of Appeals does is what the Court of Appeals does. But the only reason I bring that up is because you indicate he had a prior violation, I just wanted, that's important to have that looked at, because I don't want the judge to say he's got a prior violation, they had another violation, I'm going to have more fines, and so hopefully you can see my point on that.
Well, I do, and that's commentary. Yeah, I do. That it's still a question of in the court system whether or not it's a valid order, which is. But so far, it hasn't been revoked. That issue, that gathering orders from the DHHS hasn't been completely. There's two courts. Court of Claims said it's a valid exercise of permanent health powers, and another circuit court said no, it isn't. So now it's in the Court of Appeals. Or at least the issue is in the Court of Appeals. It hasn't been decided. That's for sure.
The Iron Pig case, the court struck down that part of the health code. After it was struck down, the Court of Claims ruled that the order was valid, but the statute's already been struck down. But you know, Ms. Delaney, I understand you're advocating for your client. I'm advocating for my own, and I'll just tell you, it's in flux. You know, it's not definite one way or the other. There's two different views, and I have mine, you have yours, and so that's where we are. And as far as that prior violation, it's still on our records, and but nobody's holding them against them, because if we were, I wouldn't be asking for $100 fine. Simple as that. Oh, well, why was the prior violation adjourned? I just got a notice of adjournment, but they didn't indicate what the reason was.
Well, just the reasons why we're discussing.
Okay.
It's up in the air.
It's not up in the air.
Finds that it's an improper use of executive power, and that'll be it. So once the decision is made, one way or the other.
You know what, sir? Listen, I've had enough of this. Hold on. I'll take the violation. I'll take the $100 fine. I'll get the paperwork that you guys need. I've wasted so much time. I'm paying an attorney to be here. I'll take the $100 fine and the violations. Brad will get you everything that you need. How about that?
And Mr. Murphy, if you have any trouble with licensing, Your attorney can contact me and I'll try to help. I'll work with him. I'll work with you too.
I was willing to work with you guys back when we started this, and then I never got a notice of deficiency that you guys needed more information. So here I am 2 years later paying $100 because of miscommunication. So I'll take the $100, I'll take the violations. Just please don't waste any more of my time. I want this to be done. We're going to be going at this again with this other violation that is still hanging in the balance. Because it has been postponed and we do not know why. So I want this to be done. I'll pay the $200, $100 for each violation. I'll get the information to the Liquor Commission so we're in compliance, and we'll worry about that next violation when it comes down. Hopefully it gets dismissed because MCL 333.2253 has been ruled unconstitutional. So I'm happy to move forward with just taking the 2 violations, paying the $100, and just moving on. We've wasted enough time with this already, and I'm happy to move on.
As long as we're all here, because it's tough to get us together, counsel for the Attorney General's office indicated that the health violation is in flux. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but can I be sent what the position is of the Attorney General on that health violation? You adjourn the hearing. What do you say on your end as to the validity of the Circuit Court's order here? Do you not I'm not asking for a statement right now. Just email me or send me a letter. Do you recognize that decision? Do you don't think it's binding? Do you think the Court of Claims is binding? Because if we're proceeding on a hearing, I would need to know the Attorney General's and the Liquor Controls Commission's position on that. So, when convenient, can someone communicate the AG's position on that?
Well, I don't know you do. I'll bring it up with the bosses. Because that's. Yeah, I'll bring it up with the bosses.
All right.
I can't see that we'll respond to your request.
You won't.
Okay. My thought would be, if you don't know, how do we know?
Well, I know what I know, but I don't know what the bosses know.
Well, we would appreciate a response. But even if they don't know, just tell us we don't know. Then we'll know what your bosses know. Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Boop derp derp.